You're scrolling through LinkedIn and you see this cool demo of a new feature in Microsoft Copilot. It's planning out a multi-step project, pulling from your files, actually doing the work, something that you've been waiting for some time. You watch the whole thing twice, and then you go to your tenant to see what it looks like for you. It's not there. You search, you refresh, you check different apps, but still nothing. And you get that very specific feeling, the one where everybody else is showcasing a cool new AI feature and you don't have access. But here's what's actually going on. Others are in the Microsoft Frontier program and you're not. Today, I'll show you how to flip that switch right away so that you can test out these features before they become generally available. Let's go ahead and dive in. So what exactly is Frontier? It sounds a little bit confusing because on a macro sense, a lot of people use the term AI Frontier models when they talk about things like Claude or GPT as an example, but this is Microsoft's term for their early access program for new AI features in Microsoft 365. It lets you experience Copilot features before they become generally available. Think of it as your test track. You can get the new capability early, you kick the tires, and you decide if it's ready for your users. And this is the part that matters for us because Frontier is managed at the tenant level and IT admins have explicit control over which users get access to which features.
Depicted as in more of a diagram here, you can think of these feature releases much like the Office release channels, if you're familiar with that, where they have like the semi-annual update channel and so on and so forth, where you get early access, but they're a little bit more prone, obviously, for more bugs in those use cases, and they also will evolve over time too. So you can't necessarily build production workflows around these things or build documentation because it will likely change before it becomes generally available. But within here, when we have a new feature here, this is the fast lane that I'm going to show you guys how to set up today, where you can opt into the Frontier program and you kind of get this pre-release cycle, and I'll show you guys how to scope that to certain users in the organization, kind of your champions, right, that you'd want, or yourself, right? If you're internally testing things out as an MSP, you might want to have more of your users doing that so they can better enable the customers that you're managing today too. So the standard release cycle arrives at general availability. That's kind of your default track, right, as part of this. And then you can also defer the releases as well too. So you have this time period in which you can get extra time after it goes GA before it gets released into your ecosystem. And that's just giving you more time to prepare, especially for some more of these larger things. Most recently, a lot of people create a lot of hype around Copilot Co-work, and that was in the Frontier program for some time. Now, at the time of this recording, it's GA, but that would have been a good one to test out and see before. And this is a great example where they have completely changed the UI when they went to general availability, not in a super big sense, but it's different than what it was where you had to go to an agent and click into it and so on and so forth. But they also drastically changed what we interpreted the billing model to be. So this is another area where you can do as much as you can here in the Frontier side and early access, but you have to be aware of these changes that would come down as well too. Okay, so I'm here within a tenant at the admin.microsoft.com website. It redirects you to now admin.cloud.microsoft, but there's a couple of prerequisites here I would just touch on lightly before we dive in. This does require a Microsoft Copilot subscription. It does not come part of the free plan that you get as part of your licensing here. So you do have to specifically have this Copilot license or the newer business license. If you're under 300 users, that's an add-on product to your existing base plan as an example. And then you would have to be an admin in the account to go ahead and go configure these settings as part of this. Global admin obviously would work, but they have newer admins that are least permissive model like an AI admin now. You could use technically as well too. Lesser of a use case I would see from that delegation, but just wanted to call it out. Within here, you have this whole Copilot tab now, and you can go under the settings tab here. And within here, you can scroll down under this section after you click on View All. So the page takes a minute to load always, at least for me. But within here, you have all these various icons here and line items. You're going to scroll down until you see the Frontier button here. And then here is where I've selected it to say all users because I'm just using this in a test tenant. But this is also where you could get into, adding specific users or groups in this particular case to go ahead and get access to those features. So that'll update, and then it'll accordingly update the UI. I think it says 5 minutes update, on this panel, but I think I would wait 24 hours before the users actually see that. Like when I enabled it for co-work, right, as an example, in the sense of adding people to this program, they didn't see the co-work agent until about 24 hours after I actually exposed that. So just be aware of that propagation time and time delay think it's important to note here. But that's really as simple as it is to start getting into that early access program within here as part of this. And then within here as well, the other thing that you would be doing is if you go under the agent section here and go under settings, some of these agents are part of that early access program that Microsoft releases. One of those was that co-work agent that's part of this. But you want to click in here and make sure that this tab is selected, which says allow apps and agents built by Microsoft. If that's unticked, then even if the Frontier program is turned on and they come out with some early access agent, it would not be available to you here as well. Very last thing I would say on this is with agents specifically, you can also come in and you can see a list of these agents, but you can click into the actual agent itself. You can go under users, and you can also select which users can or groups can install a particular agent. So if you want to get even further in the sense of granularity, like, yes, I want the early access to agents, but I don't want this agent available to certain users, you have the granularity to do that here. So that's kind of getting into the weeds a little bit, but I just wanted to showcase that just because it is obviously something, as you manage this more and are the administrator of it, you may want to mix and match the users that have access there.
Okay guys, so the Frontier program isn't just about chasing shiny new features. It's about piloting things out, building collateral for the org that you're in today or the orgs that you manage if you're an MSP, and getting ahead of some of those common FAQs from the end users. The mindset shift is simple. You're moving from reacting to features that come out and you get questions about or are disrupting workflows potentially to previewing them and getting ahead of the curve instead of behind it. So if this helped, definitely subscribe to the channel for the next mission where we go through a lot of these different concepts here with both AI and Microsoft 365. I'll have a link in the description here to subscribe to my school community with a bunch of free resources that you can use in your business. And then drop a comment for which Frontier feature you'd want me to demo at first if you're part of that early access program. Thanks guys, I'll see you next week.